welcome back, fellow historians, to our third lesson of Native Americans and their myths and legends. Today's teaching point is historians conduct a close read of myths and legends with the lens of understanding customs and traditions. As always, you're going to need your notebook, a pencil, and an investigating hat. So pause this video now to gather your materials and to copy down your teaching point. Alright, here we go. So in our last two lessons, we learned a lot about Iroquois and Algonquin culture. Today, I wanted us to reread some of their myths and legends to help us focus on their customs and traditions. So the culture of course includes customs and traditions. It's a larger umbrella that includes religion, moral beliefs, and food, music, clothing, and housing, or the way one lives. Now, in our previous two lessons, we focused a lot on religion and their moral beliefs, and we analyze their myths and legends with that lens. But today we're going to analyze their myths and legends using the lens of customs and traditions. Now, a custom or a tradition is a behavior. It's a way of doing things, and it's passed down from generation to generation, and it has a symbolic or special meaning. So examples are holidays, ceremonies, clothing, and housing. Now, I want to explain something to you guys. Clothing, food, music, and housing are all a part of culture, but sometimes they can fall under customs and traditions when they're used for a special purpose. Remember. Alright, so I'm going to give you an example. So we have here a picture of a Native American in her wedding dress. So in their culture, the custom is that the bride is to wear a special headdress and a special type of dress. And this is their tradition, or their traditional clothing that they wear for weddings. And now what about housing? So in Native American culture, the custom is that they would have something called a steam house, and that is used to cure illnesses and sickness. So that is an example of how housing can fall, and clothing can fall under a custom or tradition. Okay. So, for today's close read, we're going to keep these two questions in mind. Remember, when we're conducting a close read, what we're doing is rereading a part of the text or the whole text with a question in mind. So our focus is custom and traditions, and we grow ideas about customs and traditions by thinking about what special behaviors I notice, and then also thinking, why do the culture engage in this behavior? So for each close read, I'm going to keep one question in mind, and I'm going to show you what I mean. The first time I'm rereading the Medicine Woman, I'm going to keep this question in mind. What special behavior do I notice? And I'm specifically looking for the special behavior that the Algonquin story has, okay? So what special behavior do I notice? Algonquin, the medicine woman. According to the tradition, the medicine woman was very wise and skilled. She could cure many illnesses, and her powers were admired and respected among her people and surrounding tribes. Okay, I don't notice any special behavior yet, so I'm going to continue. When she was unable to treat an illness, she retreated into the forest, to a sacred place where she drew a circle of life. She fasted, meditated, and prayed to the Great Spirit, seeking answers. Alright, I'm going to pause here. I notice that there is a special type of behavior that is mentioned. So you notice? The medicine woman goes into the forest. She draws a circle of life. She fasted, meditated, and prayed to the Great Spirit. Let's continue to see if there's any more special behaviors. One day, when sitting in the forest, seeking answers to her troubles, she suddenly realized that she did not know when the world was going to end. Determined to find the answer, she withdrew to meditate and pray as usual. In time, the Great Spirit sent a manito, a spirit in Algonquin tradition, to tell her that she sought an answer to a question too dangerous for humans to know. Okay, so I'm going to pause here. What special behavior did I notice? I noticed that in these two paragraphs, the medicine woman retreated or went into the forest. She drew a circle of life. She fasted, meditated, and prayed. I also noticed that same behavior in our third paragraph where it says she withdrew to meditate and pray. Okay, so were we able to find our answer to what special behavior did I notice? Yes, she goes to the forest, she draws a circle, she fasts, meditates, and prays. Now, the second time I'm reading, I'm going to keep this second question in mind. Why do the culture engage in this behavior? I'm going to reread these two paragraphs to try to figure out why did she do that? Why did she go to the forest, draw a circle, fasted, meditate, and pray? So let me read these two paragraphs with that question. Why did she do this behavior? When she was unable to treat an illness, she retreated into the forest to a sacred place where she drew a circle of life. She fasted, meditated, and prayed to the Great Spirit seeking answers. One day, while sitting in the forest seeking answers to her troubles, she suddenly realized that she did not know when the world was going to end. Determined to find the answer, she withdrew to meditate and pray as usual. In time, the Great Spirit sent a manito, a spirit in Algonquin tradition, to tell her that she sought an answer to a question too dangerous for humans to know. Oh, okay, guys, did you catch why do the culture engage in this behavior? Why did she do that? I noticed that she withdrew to a forest, drew a circle, prayed, fasted, and meditated because she was seeking answers. And also in the third paragraph, it says that she was seeking answers to her troubles. She was determined to find the answer. And even the Great Spirit, when he sent a manito, it told her that she sought an answer to a question too dangerous for humans to know. So my thinking is that the reason why she went to the forest, fasted, meditated, and prayed is because she was seeking answers to questions and to her troubles. Answers to her troubles. Alright guys, so did you notice how I did a close read with these two different questions and I was able to really have a better understanding of a text. So do you guys see why it's important to reread? Okay, so here are my answers. What special behaviors did I notice? She fasted, meditated, and prayed in the forest, and she drew a circle of life. Why did she do this? It was a way to connect to the Great Spirit and to seek answers for her problems. Now, I'm going to take my answers to these two questions, and I'm going to think and infer. I want you guys to really think about what it all means. Make a connection. How does this relate to the Algonquin culture and their customs and traditions? Okay, so my answer is, I remember that a custom or tradition is a behavior. It's a way of doing things, and it has a symbolic or special meaning. So I'm thinking that one custom or tradition of the Algonquian culture is to retreat into the forest to fast, meditate, and pray. And they do this when they want help or when they want answers from the Great Spirit. And also another part of the custom is to draw a circle of life. And I think it's because they want to connect with the Great Spirit. Alright guys, so did you notice how I was able to think and understand the Algonquin custom by asking these two questions and making an inference? Alright. And now I want you guys to try this on your own. It's investigation time. You're going to read the story Hondo no Shoney's founding. And you're going to rewatch the video with those 2 questions in mind. Remember, you can rewatch it twice or as many times as you need in order to find your answers. So you can pause the video now to copy down those 2 questions. The first question is, what special behavior do I notice? The second question is, why do they engage in this behavior? Then you're going to make a connection, and you're going to think about what are the customs and traditions of the Iroquois. And I'm going to give you a hint. I found 5 customs and traditions, and I rewatched the Hondo no Shoney's founding more than twice in order to really see how many customs and traditions are mentioned in that story. So let's see if you're able to find those 5 customs and traditions. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson and enjoyed our previous 2 lessons. I hope that you are able to really understand the culture, customs, and traditions of the Algonquian and Iroquois tribes. And I will see you next time.